So my name is Rachel Menary. I'm the Training Scheme Development Manager at Energy Saving Trust, and I'm joined today by the lovely Alex Turku and Caitlin Kelly. So they're going to be introducing themselves more fully later on today, but let's have a look at what we've got on our agenda. So we're going to be talking a little bit about Energy Saving Trust and what we do. We're going to tell you some climate change facts. We're going to talk a bit about sustainability careers and some of the things that might help you get a foothold in that kind of industry, and also some of the benefits of working with us. Move on to the next slide. So I'm going to hand over to Alex for this section. Take it away, Alex.
Thank you. Hi all, my name is Alexandru Turcu, you can call me Alex. I'm going to explain a little bit more about, talking a little bit more about through some of the slides. So the mission of the Energy Saving Trust is to address the climate emergency and deliver the wider benefit of clean energy as we transition to net zero. How do we envision our future by 2026? We want to be best known as the most trusted independent voice on sustainable energy and transport in all nations of the UK, to have world-class net promoter scores for all our services, and to reach at least 8 million households each year with our key messages. We also focus on to achieve 15 million users for our digital services by April 2026, and also supply comprehensive advice, information and support services for consumers and small businesses, which cover at least 30% of the UK population.
So who are we? Energy Saving Trust is an independent, mission-driven organisation dedicated to promoting energy efficiency, low carbon transport and sustainable energy use. We do this by providing energy advice to consumers through programmes, digital tools and campaigns, and supporting businesses of all sizes with research, strategy and advice for reducing energy and achieving net zero. Our work is underpinned by 6 core values. These are expert, we work with confidence; collaborative, we achieve more together; impartial, we are free from bias; innovative, we lead the way; determined, we make a difference; and supportive, we look out for others. Now, the reason we do this is because of the global impact of climate change. Some examples of this impact seen in news headlines last year include scientists say climate change made Spanish floods worse. This year is set to be the first to breach 1.5°C global warming limit. Global heating makes hurricanes like Helen twice as likely. And deadly African heatwave impossible without global warming. Climate change worsens heat waves, droughts, wildfires and floods by causing more extreme rain, hotter, longer heat waves, longer droughts and more fuel for wildfires. We've seen this most recently with the Los Angeles wildfires.
Just wanted to talk a little bit about the disproportionate effects of climate change. So research from the Royal College of Paediatrics and Child Health shows that climate change disproportionately affects those already exposed to higher levels of deprivation. So those exposed to unequal food systems with less resources to draw upon and less access to things like sustainable transport, shelter and nutritious food unequally bear the burden of climate change, leading to higher rates of eco-distress, fuel poverty and impacts on areas like child health outcomes. So what might be causing this? So high energy prices driven by the war in Ukraine and Norwegian gas infrastructure issues limit supply, as well as natural gas dominance in electricity pricing. So despite natural gas accounting for less than half of the UK's electricity generation, it remains a primary driver of electricity prices. This is due to the marginal pricing model, where the most expensive energy source sets the market price. And while renewable sources like wind and solar have lower operational costs, the initial capital expenditures and integration into the existing grid contribute to higher energy prices during the transition period. Also thinking about the energy price cap adjustments. The UK's energy price cap system is designed to protect consumers from volatile markets and can influence electricity pricing. Adjustments to the cap in response to the market conditions directly affect consumer energy costs, all of which means high energy prices for consumers in recent years. To reduce the energy required, we need to use low energy appliances, social energy tariffs and renewable energy. Also, energy efficiency homes, so with correct insulation, retrofits, solar and heat pumps. The UK also faces significant challenges related to low income and poverty. As of 2023, approximately 11.4 million individuals were living in relative poverty, a figure that rises to over 14.3 million when housing costs are considered. The depth of poverty has also intensified, and the Joseph Rowntree Foundation research shows that in 2022, 6 million people, representing 40% of those in poverty, were classified as living in very deep poverty, with incomes far below the standard poverty line. Therefore, real living wages and people accessing benefits entitlements is crucial to effect real change. Over to Alex.
I think that one's me.
Oh, sorry, over to Caitlin.
So what needs to be done? The UK government has set a target to reach net zero carbon emissions by 2050. Current policies are not sufficient to achieve this goal. The 2015 Paris Agreement to limit global warming to well below 2 degrees C and pursue efforts to limit it to 1.5 degrees C is now on course to be breached. Critically, we need to increase energy efficiency of homes and buildings, rapidly moving away from fossil fuels towards low carbon systems, and so much more. A quote here from Sir David Attenborough states, "Right now, we are facing a man-made disaster of global scale, our greatest threat in thousands of years, climate change." And now before the session, we asked you to use the WWF carbon footprint calculator to work out your own carbon footprint. If you've done this, you might wish to share your result in the chat. Or if you haven't, we can share the link so that you can take the quiz after the session. So once you know your own carbon footprint, you might be considering some ways that you can reduce this. Some methods to reduce your carbon footprint can include considering the food you eat, what you send to landfill, opting for solar or renewable energy, and sustainable travel. Other ideas can include turning lights off when leaving a room, unplugging appliances when not in use, only running forward loads of washing, downsizing your home, and cooking responsibly. If you have any other tips, feel free to share these in the chat or let us know any steps you're planning to take.
So some pathways to green careers. So there's a range of green careers on offer nowadays, and as the world evolves, more and more will become available. But if we think about the sort of careers that are represented within the sector that we work in, there's a lot of work around things like compliance specialists, renewable energy advisors, sustainability consultants, and sustainability specialists. But if we think about roles within sustainability, they're quite often grouped into one of three camps. So they're quite often either technical, generalist, or specialist roles. So job roles within our organisation, and this is data that our people analyst has drawn down for us, look like this. So in technical roles, we have things like energy advisors, UX designers, IT infrastructure, customer experience specialists in digital, fleet consultants, insight consultants, and digital marketing. In generalist roles, we have learning development, data management, bid development, quality assurance, project management, finance, and strategy managers. We also have specialist roles such as fuel poverty support, policy officers, community officers, European collaboration, research analysts, and partnership managers. And I'm starting to notice the energy footprints coming in. So 10 tons, 11 tons. Yeah, if you don't actually do the research and look through your actual activities, you don't know these things. But hopefully we've given you some ideas about ways that you can actually reduce your footprint. So you might want to think about the skills for your CV as well. So these can be broken down into soft skills and hard skills. And soft skills are quite often the skills that we talk about as being the human skills. So these are the ones that will differentiate us from the robots as AI comes in. So things like communication skills, creativity and negotiation are important, as well as adaptability, and emotional intelligence is crucially important in the business world. There's also hard skills such as computer programming, network security, business analysis, artificial intelligence, and many more. So have a think about what you could put on your CV to move you forward in the career you want to move into. It's also worth adopting a growth mindset. So growth mindset is about being open to challenges, accepting constructive feedback, making sure that you're engaging in a positive way in whatever you're doing. And quite often people will think that the brain doesn't grow at all, but actually we found out recently that the brain never stops growing. Due to neuroplasticity, our brains are evolving and growing till the day that we die. It's just the way we actually use them, in what direction we want to use them, that makes the difference. So how could you get involved in sustainable careers? So traditional career paths have been quite linear, but today they're more of a squiggly line. But you can gain the experience and skills you want to develop your career through things like volunteering. It's a good idea to put your hand up for extra volunteering opportunities, both within university and outside of it, to gain critical skills. There's also internships. These can be a good way to get a toe into an industry that you're interested in. Training and education opportunities, and you can use things like LinkedIn Learning. They've actually got a really good AI coach on their LinkedIn Learning platform, so you can put in the job role that you're actually interested in pursuing, and it will build you a development plan to get there. There's also things like networking, and networking can sound really intimidating, but things like turning up today and interacting in a chat is one way of networking. And also, I quite like to think of networking as community building. Then it feels more about the relationship and less about what can I get out of it. And that's actually a good way to progress your career. So now I'm going to get you to introduce yourselves, apprentices, so that you guys can find out a little bit more about what they do. So over to Caitlin first.
Thank you, Rachel. I'm Caitlin, and I work as a data management and reporting apprentice for Energy Saving Trust. I've been working here since June last year. My main responsibilities include processing daily referrals to the NEST programme, which is a Welsh Government scheme offering energy efficiency improvements and advice to homes across Wales. I also process income assessments and advice referrals, send out letters, customer satisfaction surveys, and handle incoming mail, and use Coda to process invoices and raise purchase orders. I developed lots of new skills since starting this role, and my colleagues are very supportive. I enjoy working towards a qualification alongside my job and putting what I've learned into practice. Next, we have Sirwa. Sirwa is one of our former apprentices who's now gone on to secure a permanent role in the organisation. Sirwa works as an internal comms assistant, and her main responsibilities include hosting internal events and sending out a weekly newsletter, building internal pages for different departments, invoicing via Coda, and organising monthly CEO meetings for new starters. Sirwa said, "It's fun to be involved in events that promote our mission whilst building a portfolio for my career. It's a great opportunity to learn real ways of working and seeing myself become better in my role."
And I'm going to introduce a little bit myself. So I'm Alexandru Turcu. I'm currently undertaking a community energy specialist apprenticeship, and also work as business energy advisor for Business Energy Scotland. At Business Energy Scotland, we assist small and medium enterprises in Scotland to reduce their carbon emissions through the implementation of renewable energy and also energy saving measures. My main responsibilities are to conduct eligibility checks, including credit assessments for organizations, meet business owners to discuss appropriate energy efficiency measures for their establishment, and also write blogs, create content for our social media campaigns, and present webinars to businesses and other organizations that we help. Here's a quote from me. "I feel fulfilled when our clients choose to implement our suggested measures from the reports that we send. And the apprenticeship helps me to develop further and have a wider impact on vulnerable individuals and also businesses." And now here is another former apprentice, Jay Vias, who is currently working as digital marketing executive for Energy Saving Trust. His main responsibilities were creating and editing pages on the main website using CMS, helping to create and test microsites for projects and programs, and also responding to consumers' inquiries relating to content and marketing. And there's a quote from here. from Jay, which says, I've been supported every step of the way and feel at home. I've learned so much about industry and I'm motivating by the positive changes that we created. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the benefits we offer here at Energy Saving Trust. For example, we have hybrids, remote and flexible working options, 25 days annual leave plus bank holidays. We also have Bupa private medical insurance, 25 pounds per month towards well-being allowance, pension contribution from 7 to 13%, study for qualification work hours, social activity and events, and also EV vehicle loan scheme. We are also disability confident, which means that when we recruit, we anonymize applications, moving away from CVs, removing information about the candidate's education background, proactively asking candidates about responsible adjustments, also asking optional diversity monitoring questions during the recruitment, posting our roles on diversity jobs boards which aim to attract and support specific groups of applicants. And also according to Scope, 23% of the UK working population are disabled. Therefore, we ring fence at 23% of our interview slots for disability confident candidates. And now I'm going to pass to Rachel.
Thanks, Alex. So some of our current vacancies are there up on the screen. So we're currently looking for an assistant manager supporting our Scottish Home Renewables team. And this programme focuses on our specialist advice service covering renewables, energy storage and energy efficiency. This role is fully remote or hybrid or can be based on our Edinburgh office depending on people's preference. We're also looking for a programme manager reporting to our head of programme delivery in the Home and Business Energy Scotland team. And in this role, they'll oversee and enhance the delivery of Scottish Government funded Home Energy Scotland programme. This role can be blended or fully office-based. Then throughout the year, we have vacancies across our London, Edinburgh and Cardiff and Belfast offices, along with a range of remote and hybrid options. And more roles are likely to be advertised in April. So if you want to find out more, please take a look at our careers page via the link. If you want to find out more about us, you can also find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram and YouTube. So thank you so much for your time, your energy and engagement in this session. Really appreciate everybody coming along. I wanted to leave some time for questions. If anybody's got any specific questions, actually, I'll just go back to that stage, leave that page up so that you can have a look at that. Does anybody have any questions that either want to ask me or they want to ask Alex or Caitlin to find out a little bit more about what it's like to work here? And you can either pop it in the chat or you can come off mute, whatever is your preference. Maybe while people are thinking about that, Alex, Caitlin, how have you found it working here? What's been your experience of joining the organisation, getting to grips with the sort of work that we do?
It's funny enough presenting today to Cambridge University because the way when I came across this organization was immediately after I finished a course with Cambridge University in business sustainability, and yeah, I joined in 1st of August 2022, and yeah, I came across this a job on environmental jobs, and I applied for it, and it was quite straightforward. I was like super amazed by how engaging the HR team was, and I live in London and I have the option of coming to the office, and I really enjoy that because we have lots of social meetings, and I get to talk with a variety of individuals that work across the organization, and I get to learn a lot, especially as an apprentice. And in what I'm doing, I need to have lots of skills. So get lots of support from everyone.
Thanks, Alex. Caitlin, what about yourself?
Yeah, well, obviously I joined as an apprentice and I didn't really have any prior experience. So at first I think I was quite I felt a bit out of my depth, but all my colleagues have been like really, really helpful in, showing me the things I need to do, and I've been able to sort of learn from them. Anything I've been unsure on or I've needed extra support with, it's never been, a problem to get extra help, and to like sort of shadow other colleagues and learn a bit about different roles that I might not necessarily, do much like for myself, but you get to see, like for example, in the Cardiff office, I quite regularly interact with people in the marketing department, and it's really interesting to just see other roles as well. And I really like the flexible working, because that's not something I've really had an opportunity to do before. It's nice being able to like split your time between the office and being based at home.
Yeah, I agree. Similar for me. I really enjoy the flexibility that it offers and the interaction with lots of different colleagues across a range of different kind of sectors. So we've got a question from Sam in the chat saying, I wonder if you run a graduate scheme or an entry-level role suitable for graduates. So we don't currently have a bespoke graduate scheme, although I've certainly got ambitions to go in that direction in the future. But what I would say is the vacancies that we've posted today are very suitable for graduates. We regularly advertise for roles that are suitable for newly graduated people. So please feel free to have a look at our website, and feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn if you've got any other questions or thoughts around that, Sam. Well, if anybody does want to reach out to us, please feel free to do so. Obviously, you can see up on the slide, we've got lots of different ways that you can actually access us and interact with us. Obviously, Sally and Caroline have put this event together and still available to you as part of your university structure. So please feel free to reach out to us if there's anything more that you'd like to know. It's been really enjoyable coming and speaking to you today, so really appreciate it. I'm going to stop recording now, but I'll stay on for a couple more minutes if anybody wants to ask a question while we're no longer recording. Other than that, thank you so much